Hi, this is Scott from Scalpel Trader, and this is a quick overview of the Scott's Zones Drawing Tool Pro. So a little enhanced version of the regular drawing tool. This one, I'll go over all this. This looks like a lot of stuff on this chart, but when you understand what it is, it's actually very helpful for different trades, different trade strategies that we're doing, and even if you're not using my style of trading, this is still very helpful with alerts with these volume events that you like I say nonstop. If you're not using this information, regardless of the way you use it, you just don't have all the information. That's what's happening in the market with these volume events that basically run the show. So this tool is the Pro version. It's only going to be, I think we have the basic at $59, and this one's going to be $79, I believe. This won't be ready for probably a week or two for distribution on the Bookmap marketplace, but I'm using it for the last week, and it's absolutely incredible as far as alerting me to other markets firing off, alerting me when volume events retest, so on and so forth. So if you're watching on my webinars on Bookmap or my trade room, one of the important components of these markets are coming back to these volume events. We have ATR trade, reversion trades, and we'll go over all this quickly, and then also a pattern of when the market retests these zones and then moves away. So anyway, what this is showing you, this is the basic drawing tool, and it draws the volume event on chart. So it's just picking up the sub chart event. I go over that on the basic drawing tool video. You can watch that. But this is enhanced where it's actually showing you visually the ATR. So you can see the ATR on the sub chart here, and you see it here. So that's very important. Again, how I judge these zones is if the market can push at least an ATR away from the event. So that's what that's showing you. And that's also showing you where you would enter the trade. So we can go over some of these quickly, right? So again, these are my methods of trading, but it's still important to know, right? So right now you can see that, and the ATR is dynamic where it's adjusting to the volatility of the market. So the ATR at this time was, it's actually picking up the, sorry, it's better to look down here. It's 5.80. But so this, let's just go over these lines. And this will be changed. Some of these will be changed. Actually, it looks like he changed some of them. But you can change all of this stuff, customizable to the colors you want. I'll go over this when I show the settings. But anyway, so this is showing you first and foremost the ATR. And if you're trading these traditionally position trading, we wait for an ATR, we wait for a retest of the event, and then this yellow line is actually showing you where you should be entering. I have a spreadsheet for this as well that you can have access to. Obviously, subscription, or obviously my trade room, you can get a subscription at scalpeltrader.org. But this is showing you on chart where you should enter, so you can see here where it says long aggressive. So even if say there's certain instances where I get in these trades aggressively, meaning first move out of the zone, I don't wait for the retest of the zone, right? So either way, if you get in aggressive, that's your price. If you wait for the retest, that's still going to be your price. So that's the price where you get in. It's also showing you the retest of the zone price. So we're going, we have a formula for just in front of the zone. That's that dotted line. So that's telling you that's an official retest of the zone. It actually hit the zone here, but if it comes within 10% of an ATR, that's good enough for our retest. So again, this is the retest of the zone. This is the ATR, the blue. The yellow is where you would enter. So in this case, if you're waiting for a conservative entry, you wait for the ATR, you wait for the retest, and then you get in at the yellow line. That's the entry. That's for the position trading. So then the rest of these lines are for the reversion trade. So if you've watched any of my webinars, you know the uncanny ability, I guess the word is, of these markets to come back to the volume events. It's nuts, right? So we actually have a trade developed for this. That's part of the spreadsheet as well, but you can see it all on chart here. So this line is the 1 ATR reversion price, right? So we have a specific formula where it's in front of an ATR, because so many times these algos will get right to an ATR, the market will get right to an ATR away from the volume event, and they'll snap it back. So we enter that one right.
HG long retested.
So that's real time right there. Anyway, you can see reversion short entry. It tells you the price that you should be getting short if you're going to take the 1 ATR, and that one worked. And then these dashed dotted lines are the actual stops for each reversion. So the one reversion you'd be entering there. Here's your stop loss at this line.
S&P ICE iceberg by ES 1521 contracts.
Stuff's firing off real time right now. And then you can see this next one. Here's the 2 reversion entry, and then the 2 reversion short, and then you can see up here the 3. This is the reversion, 3 reversion, 3 ATR reversion, and then the stop for the 3 ATR. So again, this stuff's in the spreadsheet, but it's
HG long entered.
It's great to see it on the chart, and then we have also different methods of determining. We got the price change algo from the Market Pulse add-on, where you can be watching this and look for a price change. I'm not going to do all that on this webinar, on this video, but you can kind of judge, hey, do I want to take the 1? Do I want to take the 2? Do I want to take the 3? Kind of thought process. So it's all laid out for you here. So that's what all these lines are. Very, very helpful. And then on the downside, same stuff, right? And what's great about this is it's customizable too. I got to do this to be able to pull it up on the screen, but you come over here and then you can turn all these off too. Actually, of course, it's not popping up here. Hold on, let's see if I can get that. It was working before. Let's see. There it is. Okay. So, if you don't want to see all these lines, say you're not trading
S&P ICE iceberg by ES 1417 contracts.
All this stuff fires off right when I start the video. Anyway, if you don't want to see the reversion trade, you can just take these things off, right? Take them off. Reversion, stop loss.
ES short entered.
So that's another thing here I'll show you. It's also telling you, I'll give you the specific example for this one. It's telling you when it gets the ATR away, so you're alerted to it. If you're not watching the market, you're like, okay, that's an official long setup. It tells you when it retests, and it tells you when you should be getting long based on that setup. It's incredible, especially if you're watching other markets. I watch 20 different markets, and it's just telling me you're going to get FOMO because it's going to be telling you every time you're supposed to be in the trade, and you're going to be scrambling trying to get over there. So this is what it would look like without the reversions showing. And you can take this stuff off too, obviously, right? So an ATR and everything else, but customizable there. And then if you want, you can come over here. Actually, it's this here. As far as colors and everything else, you come here. Scott Zones Pro. Here's all your colors: buy ice, sell ice, ATR. All this stuff is customizable. And then advanced, you can see here all these thresholds for the products. You can change those if you want to. You can uncheck if it's showing you the 1s or 2s or the 3s for each product, right? So it's pretty incredible. That I even got to the best part, right? So the best part is the alerts, right? So you heard those alerts real time firing off about HG, confirming. So that's the stuff that was just firing off here, right? HG long entered. I can actually even show you quickly what that looks like. Just see how cool this thing is. Where's it at here? Right here. So let's just see what it was reading off. Right, so it was going off of this event here. Right, so this buy ice came in. Again, the threshold, proper threshold for this market fired off. And here's your ATR. Here's your retest. And you would have gotten in there. I think that's what it read off. Oh, no, maybe it was over here. But either way, that's what it's telling you. So back to this example, so you can see at the time, this was 9:30 my time, 10:30 Central this morning. So find this here. Where is that? Right here. So here's the stop run that fired off. That's always red. If you check on the SI on chart, you can check that for the voice alerts and the text alerts. Then we got when it got the ATR away from there, right here. So this is how I judge these setups. So at 9:47, it validated as a long. If it's able to push the ATR away from the zone, that's a long setup. So it validated the long. Then it lets me know when it retests, if I'm looking for that type of setup where I'm waiting for the retest, right? You can get long aggressively too. This is all stuff I cover in my course and on my webinars. I'm not going to get into here, but right here you see 10:14, long retested. So it finally came back to the zone right there, 10:14. Right, so, and then it tells you, so this is all reading off to you too. So again, if you're not watching it or you're doing something else, you're like, oh, hey, I was waiting for that retest. There it is. And it just reads it off to you. It's absolutely incredible. If you're watching a bunch of markets, it could drive you crazy, but at least you're aware of what's going on. And then the move away on that yellow line, right? We talked about this. Here's your retest, and you would enter when it touches that yellow line. And that's what this is reading, right? Right here, long entered, 1027, right? So you should be getting long there. And then of course it reads off the next one and so on and so forth. So it reads them all day long and all your markets. It's absolutely incredible. The drawing tool alone is incredible. Just having this drawn for you. If anyone's used this ancient drawing tool and that have to hit edit mode and put back horizontal line and get back out of edit mode, I mean, it drives you crazy. So this is drawing automatically, covering the basics video. You could adjust these, you could draw your own, but and when you draw your own, it'll also draw the reversion lines and all that too, and the entries and ATR and everything else that I've talked about in this video. So you can add all that stuff in as you see fit. If you want to learn a reversion trade, you can learn that on my trade room as well. But the basic trading of these for position trading, that's what my SI course is about too. So that's just a quick overview. Pretty cool stuff. This is not available. I'll send an email out, best email out when it is available. But I just wanted to give you guys a little teaser.